This is a demonstrative guide to Mistwake, the new dungeon released in patch 7.4 for FF14. The first boss is Traino Catabullet Pest, some sort of hybrid between a Cyclops and a Hornbeast. The mechanics of this boss are as follows. There's Earthquake, an unavoidable party-wide AoE. There's Thunder 2, which places a targeted lightning AoE on every player, as well as over random spots in the arena. Any rocky formation struck by the lightning will get destroyed, so be careful and try not to hit them with your lightning circle, because you need these rock formations for the mechanic that follows. The boss will then cast Bedeviling Light, which requires you as the player to hide behind the rocky formations. If you do not hide behind a rock formation, you will get petrified. And if you are petrified, you are likely to get one-shot by the mechanics that follow. The boss will sometimes cast Thunder 3, a tank buster. The boss will also sometimes cast Petri Breath, a large frontal conal AoE that petrifies you. Easily avoid this by staying close to the boss and moving out of the AoE. The boss will also sometimes cast Ray of Lightning, a party line stack. Now, can you be lazy on this boss? Unfortunately, the answer is not really. You can take 2 lightning AoEs and survive, but you pretty much are forced to move and hide behind the rock formations in order to survive the mechanics that follow. Remember, once you get petrified, you will likely get one shot by other mechanics. The second boss is Amdusias, some kind of horse with blades. The boss will cast Thunderclap Concerto, and the animation will be balls of lightning glowing around its body. This is a huge 330-degree front or back cleave. To identify the safe spot, we need to find the area with our lightning orb, which will be either in front or back of the boss. The boss will then cast Bio 2 and perform an unavoidable party-wide AoE that also drops a number of poisonous balls in the arena. This is followed by Galloping Thunder, where the boss performs a number of dashes across the arena. Any of the poisonous balls struck by the boss's dash will transform into lightning balls, and these lightning balls will explode in the medium-sized AoEs soon after. Position yourself to avoid the dashes and also to avoid the lightning ball explosions. After the dashes, the boss will cast Thunder 4 to transform any remaining poison balls into lightning balls, which will also subsequently explode. Avoid these AoEs. The boss will then cast Thunderclap Concerto again, a large 330-degree cleave, while placing AoE markers on all members of the party. Be patient and wait for the cleave to go off, then spread out to avoid killing your party members with the targeted AoEs. The mechanics will repeat at this point. Here are some tips that you can use which allows you to be significantly lazier. So when the boss casts Thunderclap Concerto, you can stand in the very center on top of the boss, and once you've identified the safe spot without a lightning ball, simply step a few pixels towards the back or front of the boss to avoid the large 330-degree cleave. When the boss gallops across the room and sets off the lightning balls, you can absolutely survive eating the AoE from one lightning ball, so don't panic. And if you want to be lazy or if you have to, you can just stand directly underneath one single lightning ball and take the hit, as long as that spot is not covered by a boss dash. Okay, so on to the third boss, which is Thundergust Griffin. This boss will cast Thunderspark and an unavoidable party-wide AoE at the very start. The boss will then cast High Volts and place individual targeted AoEs on every single party member, simply spread out for this mechanic. High Volts will also drop a few lightning balls onto the arena. The boss will then jump to an edge of the arena and cast Thundering Roar. 3 lightning line AoEs will shoot out from every single lightning ball as well as the boss itself. A reliable way to do this mechanic is to stay close to the boss and find the larger, wider gap between its lightning line tails. If you stand in between the wider gap between the lightning line tails from the boss, as well as position yourself on the edge of the boss's hitbox, you should be safe. The boss will then perform Fulgurous Fall, a knockback from the midline. Simply position yourself midway so you don't get knocked into the dangerous fields surrounding the arena. Be ready to immediately dodge the wide follow-up line AoE that comes after. At this point, the boss will perform another Thundering Roar while centered and surrounded by the 4 lightning balls. The easiest way to dodge this is to find the 2 lightning balls that have a wider gap between them and position yourself closer towards the edge of the arena while being roughly equidistant between these 2 lightning balls. Towards the second half of the fight, the boss will cast Storm Surge, a line AoE which also spawns a lightning tornado at the edge of the arena. The lightning tornado will rotate around the arena and explode in a large AoE for damage in combination with Thundering Roar, the line AoEs coming out from the boss and the lightning balls on the arena. This is how to best deal with the combination of these mechanics. We need to track where the lightning tornado is moving while doing our best to stick close to the boss. Remember, the boss jumps. So we move to the position where the tornado is moving away from and stand in the wider gap between the lightning line tails coming out from the boss. This should keep you safe. These mechanics will then repeat at this point. Now, can you be lazy for this boss? Unfortunately, no. The multiple lightning line AoEs and the randomness of the tornado rotation around the arena, as well as the randomness of the boss jump position, ensure that you cannot stand mostly in a single spot. Anyway, thanks for watching the guide and have fun in 7.4 and FF14.